Cheers, welcome to my channel. This is a timely tarot oracle reading about random shift. If you resonate with the title and or the thumbnail, this is the perfect reading for you, delivered at the perfect time in timely fashion, courtesy of the universe through the language of synchronicity. This is a general or collective reading, so parts may or may not resonate with you. Take what works for you and just leave the rest. This is also a timely reading, meaning if you are watching it at this time, it is the perfect time for you. But if it's been a while since I have posted it, look back when what was going on in your life back then. It might give you further clarity as to your situation. Here we have the King of Pentacles. So this is the underlying energy from the deck for the whole reading. And this is saying that you have, the King of Pentacles is all about the Pentacle energy, which is health, wealth, and happiness in the third dimensional world. This energy is talking about, not just the money part, although money is a big part of, happiness in the 3D world. But you could still have all the money in the world and not be living the actual lifestyle that you want to live. And so this is the King of Pentacles is representing someone who is very good at business, is looked up to and respected in that regard. The industry they're usually in is the banking industry, something to do with that, high up though. This could represent, the head financial advisor of a large corporation, an entrepreneur who's doing really well. This quite often represents, because the element of the pentacle is earth, this can represent real estate, developers, that type of energy, mortgage brokers, financial advisors, people who have a lot of understanding of business, etc. But this also can represent an entrepreneur that's doing very well. The grapes on the robe, on the king's robe, represent someone, grapes in tarot represent a luxury item that's very hard to grow. And so especially if you could make money from grapes, then you're considered to be very good at at business. And so that energy is coming through. We also have the Five of Pentacles. So there's a big difference, as you can see, between these two energies. The Five of Pentacles represents feeling like you've been left out in the cold, and maybe actually have. This person is on crutches and they've got a plague bell around their neck. In the old days, they didn't have apps to ostracize people and separate them from society, so they would just hang a big bell on their neck and you could hear them coming into town and get out of their way. So this is representing sometimes tactics being used or to be able to keep people from being able to participate in the everyday activities in society. The other person that's with them doesn't even have shoes in the snow. Sometimes this can just talk about, a lot, the tactics, as I said, and sometimes it can just be the economy, different, what's happening in the world, events that are happening, causing whatever business you're in not to be doing as well as it used to. But quite often this can also be career, reputation, that type of energy. And so anyone can handle a flake or two, but when they all start adding up, then it becomes like heavy to shovel. And it can become really challenging to deal with, especially if you come into town with a bell on your neck. Chances are that, you're not going to get a job. And so this energy is sometimes representing an energy, too, of isolating yourself because you're working on something, that type of energy. The Page of Wands can represent someone who is feeling really enthusiastic. So this card is good. This is talking about the element of fire and about having passion in your life again. The youthful exuberance. This is representing someone who has a youthful energy. Someone under the age of 21. The pages would work for the king and queen when they were very young in the old days. They would come from the upper class families and they would train to, work in the palace. They would start very young, depending on how mature they were, between 7 to 14 years of age. You have to remember that back then, the lifespan was only like half of what ours is now. So people started working very early, and he would, it would be a real coup if you were working for the palace. You would have a much better lifestyle than most people and learn a lot about how to have a better lifestyle. So the Page of Wands is representing that energy of delivering communication. That was his main, would be their main job to do, run small tasks and errands and deliver communication back and forth. So this, in the old days, this would always be in person, but there's so many ways of communicating now. It's actually less likely to be in person and more likely to be maybe a phone call, a text message. Maybe you get something in the mail, an invitation, documents, whatever that is. Possibly you are on social media and you get a message there, you get an email, you might see an event posted and you decide, oh, I'm going to go to that event, and then maybe you meet someone in person at that event. It's also a really good idea to pay attention to what's happening at the top of the pyramid. Whatever's happening with the elites, with the leaders of the country, with the influencers, you can really learn a lot just like 5 minutes a day, just getting an idea of what's going on so that you maybe get some good ideas about where you want to move forward, because we do have a lot of pentacle energy here. So I feel like this is talking about wanting a better, a new passion for your career and your lifestyle. The page, he's looking at his wand. He's got a feather in his cap. He's well dressed, and the pyramids in the background represent a love of adventure and trying out new things and learning about new things. This is the pyramids are one of the wonders of the world, and this is about wanting to explore and being in that optimistic energy. And he has a lot of passion for his wand. He's very focused on it. He's looking up to it. So you have to remember, sometimes when the Page of Wands delivers his information, he's distracted because quite often he's thinking with his little head instead of his big head. But it brings in this, it's representing having a youthful passion for life again. We have here the Eight of Pentacles, and the Eight of Pentacles is talking about, in this card, the person is actually literally working on the pentacle. It's the only card where the person is literally making money. And this could represent a project that maybe you're thinking about starting because you're maybe coming back from this energy and wanting to have a really good idea and want to get it moving here. So this would be you're on this. You have one done. You have the second one started, and you still have these 6 steps to go. Otherwise, it could be maybe you're completing something, and you are, maybe that's why you're in isolation. Maybe you're writing a book or something like that. So this is 6 pentacles here, and you have the 7th that you're working on, and only one more to go. This is about someone who's very focused right now. Their main concern right now is money, not so much lifestyle. They're just focused on getting a project complete. This Queen of Cups energy, she represents love. So there's 4 queens in the deck, and she's considered to be the most maternal and most likely to be in a traditional marriage relationship. She might even be like a stay-at-home mom energy. She loves her family and just everybody. Someone who's very kind and, enjoys being there for people. She has a lid on her cup, and it's like the size of a trophy here. So this is representing sometimes an energy of, she's a container for love. And sometimes this can even represent the maternal bloodline. Like, so your mother, your mother's mother, grandmother, like that energy down the line. And if you're married, sometimes it can represent your husband's mother's line. And we have, okay, so we have a situation here. So this might be why you've been in isolation. This card, when you first look at it, it's like, it's really hard to, like, this is clearly a heartbreaking situation. But then when you look at it again, you realize, wait a minute, those swords are actually really big in context to the heart. And they're more like pinpricks or like nails. So maybe this is something that you can recover from. It's in the person's throat. So sometimes this can be, you know, the swords in tarot represent the element of air, your thoughts, your mental intelligence, your discipline of your mind. And so this kind of energy is talking, sometimes there could have been a third party in between a couple. So it could be heartbreak over that. There could be a lot of gossip and slander about that type of energy. Sometimes it could represent maybe just an energy of not feeling like afraid to speak your truth. You know, that energy where they say the heart is in the throat. It can be also just having this energy of needing forgiveness or an apology, that type of energy. When you do forgive, you're actually forgiving for yourself. So it's, you know, it doesn't mean when you forgive someone that you're saying what they did was okay. It's about returning the energy back so that you can heal your heart and move on. And, you know, what I'm seeing here, though, there's so much pentacle energy and about feeling left out in the cold and isolated in that. And I feel like this is maybe, you might have had some heartbreak in love or whatever, and so you turned your attention to, you know, your career more. And, you know, actually this is really good energy in the long run, because what it speaks of is possibly, you know, instead of all that energy you were pouring into a relationship that was maybe dramatic or whatever, with this energy being here like this, you're focused on making money and with your career and doing some really good work. And then while your heart is healing, your career is expanding. And so it's going to allow you to meet more people, to get out there so that you can maybe find, you know, be in a position. And yeah, there definitely was a tower coming in here. And the tower hits like at the most inopportune time, and it's never fun for anyone. Having said that, it's a reality check, and it's saying the universe has probably been whispering you need to take a look at this, and you're like, I'm not hearing it. You don't want to see it. And then it's like, okay, the frying pan comes out, whack on the head. And you're like, why did you do that? That hurt. Yeah, because this is nothing compared to how it's going to be unless you pay attention here right now. And then again, you know, it's a 2x4 and you still don't do anything about it. So the lightning hits the tower. And now your home is on fire. There's 2 people falling out here. One is in total shock, and the other one is, you know, like, oh, I should have done something. I know I should have dealt with this beforehand. And so this can represent that the tower is a different reality check for each of these people. And so if there was some sort of this energy going on, like look at the anatomy of the tower. And it's kind of that, like, your partner may have known, oh, there was some gossip starting up and that kind of energy. And that he figured, he or she figured that eventually you would know. So this energy is talking about, like, it is a surprise, and it's usually really challenging, and it's hard a lot of it for both people, but when the reality hits, you'll move on to like doing better things like this, and they're going to have to deal with the mess of what they did. So that's kind of the energy I'm picking up here. It's a 2-way tower. Yeah, and this is talking about passion. For, again, this gift is coming in from God, saying that I feel it's reaffirming what I'm saying. And it may mean that now that you've done all this work and you're almost done this project, and you know, there's a lot of promise in it. And we've got this love that maybe now you've healed and you're ready for more love in your life, and you're ready to be passionate again. And, you know, this is like saying that having this youthful exuberance, it's on this energy, getting out of isolation now and coming more into this energy. Your career, you've done a lot of good here for that with this energy here. And while you were doing this, your heart was healing, and now you're ready for passion in your life again and moving forward. But both in your career and in your love life. Like, this is basically saying that this energy here was damaging for your career as well, because you were probably focusing on the drama of the partnership, or this sometimes can represent a partnership instead of a love affair as well, because this energy can be something that you love to do or something you love to be. And hey, if this is the case, you've done really, really well. And if there was any damage done to your reputation from gossip and slander, the truth is coming out here now. And so if you were just busy working during this time and you isolated yourself and you felt like your reputation was ruined, or you felt embarrassed by what was going on, this is saying that it's changing already and it's moving forward in a different way. And look at, yeah, we have the Three of Cups here. Quite often, this is a celebration card, but they are not looking at each other and they're celebrating something that's happened. And in this kind of energy, quite often, this can represent the third party energy and the gossip and the slander that was out there, that you were, and maybe you heard about it through the grapevine, basically, and just really felt like humiliated is the word that's coming up. So the thing is about this card is they're celebrating, but they're celebrating an event or something. They're not celebrating each other. And quite often this energy, like if in many cultures, in particular in Europe, if you toast someone and you don't look them in the eye, they'll get really upset with you, because they'll be like, look me in the eye. They have a superstition that it causes, if you don't look them in the eye, you cause 7 years bad luck for both yourself and them in their love life. So they take it quite seriously over there. A lot of people really are they'll let you know. So that's this kind of energy coming in. And then we also have the Hierophant. So the Hierophant is responsible for bringing in justice. When judgment has been called in the spiritual realm, the Hierophant comes in. And on a spiritual end, the Hierophant can represent religious leaders, like your Pope, your Bishop, Cardinals, Gurus, that type, people you look up to in your church or your religion. And that there's justice coming in that way. And also, if you're more on the spiritual side, it would more represent maybe meditation and prayer and getting in connection with source in that way, going straight to source without an intermediary. And then we also have that energy being brought down into the actual court system. And so this is saying if there's any legalities or something going on, that they will be in your favor. This is a blessing coming through. He's got his right hand in a blessing. If you're on the right side of spiritual law and the law, in the material world, then this reality check could actually really upgrade your energy, because you learned so much from it. And instead of focusing on a relationship that wasn't benefiting you, you focused on your career. And apparently you did pretty good here, So, yeah, and look at this at the top. We have the Ten of Cups. This is saying you'll have love again, that you deserve to. You've been doing your best to stay on your path. I feel like this is already happening. It's, if the Hierophant is here, it's saying that, it's gradually shifting for you. And I feel like maybe once you're done this project, you need to get out and celebrate a little bit. And, I have a feeling that it's really going to shift quite a bit, because the Ten of Cups is basically, you don't have it yet, but it's very much available to you. You're highly favored to have this. It's, a rainbow, basically, a rainbow after the dark and the storm. And it's saying that you could have ultimate fulfillment in a perfectly imperfect world. So it's keep if your spirits are down a little, know that around the corner there's some good energy coming your way. And this is talking about that isolation, and then getting a new passion for discovery, wanting to move forward again, maybe while you were in isolation. There was a lot of gossip and slander or whatever, but ultimately this is paying off big time. And, people don't talk about people who are boring. So maybe they were talking about it gave you, how they say, not no news is good news. Sometimes that's a saying, but there is no bad news when it comes to advertising. I don't know, we're seeing a lot of that these days, and you know, of course you would prefer it to be about this, but I feel like the energy is shifting. The truth is going to come out with this tower, and I feel like it's going to be a blessing for you, and I feel like you're mending this heartache, and you're going to be ready for love again, because of course, to have that, all that love in your life, you're going to want that special someone, you know, and maybe start a family, that type of energy. I feel this is your natural energy, that you're just a real loving, kind person, and perhaps people took advantage of that. A lot of times people will take that energy and think, oh, you know, like this person's a pushover, and maybe you were a bit, but now you're way smarter. You've learned from it, so the energy is coming in to reward you for all of your good effort here and keeping on track. Good, congratulations to you. If you're leaving the reading here, please do give it a like and comment if you have enjoyed it. It really helps me build my channel. I really appreciate it. Consider subscribing. If you resonate, you're more than welcome. I'm going to clarify this for those of you who want further clarification. I'm using my Oracle Tales from the Vector. I started this back in 2007, and in 2020 I completed 64 paintings. And I've been working on it just when I had time. I've had a lot of fun. I'm an artist. It gave me something to paint. It's from the Intergalactic Federation of Light, and I'm working on bringing it out, but I do have a lot of information, and I do have the paintings listed in my gallery on my website, talesfromthevector.com. So, but I'm working on the information, and playing with the cards is the best way. I want to make sure that I have the information correct to put in the book that goes with it. I will put in the description box below, I'll put these cards in the order they appear, so you know which paintings to look for if you're interested. So this is talking about transition. My Oracle deck almost brings this card out first thing every time, almost. It's like really, I'd say probably 7 times out of 10. As soon as this card shows up, I know, okay, there's going to be a transition. And generally, like, this is like a transition for the better, for sure. Way better than this energy here. I feel like this was also this card is talking about your heart chakra and being unfettered, like healing your heart after this this isolation energy. The best thing you could have done, really. Oh, so many times when people have a breakup like this, if they apply themselves to their career, it really, really benefits them, because all of that passion, all that sadness and everything, you can just pour it into a project that gives you some happiness or some feeling of, you know, regaining your confidence. So the painting for this is a beautiful pink and green dragon, and she's from the Pleiades, and she's flying through the sky. She's upside down, and it says, falling and failing in love is a matter of I. So, you know, it's talking about loving yourself, and loving yourself enough to take the time to heal, because you do deserve to have this beautiful love in your life, and this really this fulfilling life. The Empress energy is also saying that you are manifesting at a very high level with this new passion coming in. This gift it's a gift from God to bring you back into this energy, so that you open your heart back up again. And the Empress is she's in the major arcana, and she embodies the all the qualities of the 4 queens from the minor arcana. And to become an Empress in tarot, it means that you've really had to apply yourself, and to stay on your destined path, and to keep, you know, moving forward, being the best version you can be of yourself, healing your heart, keeping an open heart, you know, and being like, you know, in that energy. So this is really, you've done amazing work here. And you know, you're being rewarded. Whatever you're doing, the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor. when this card comes out, it means that it's already moving along. Your good fortune is coming into you. It's already in the way it's been decided on the spiritual realm. And when that tower hit, I feel that's what like knocked the wheel started turning in your favor. Because you had to, it was a reality check for you. So you had to look at it and decide, okay, I'm going to have to heal. I may as well work on my career. Good choice. Degradation, yeah, I just feel like you need to understand. Everybody feels like if you've ever been in that position where you find out your partner has cheated on you, it can be, it degrades your energy, but the shame doesn't belong to you. I mean, you might feel ashamed because everybody else knew and they were talking about it. And maybe a big part of that also sometimes is the fact that the people that you knew and trusted and family members and friends didn't tell you, but they knew. And then you have a whole new ball of wax there to deal with that kind of energy. And so it's a lot to heal from, but if you really put that energy to good work, it can be really beneficial for you. Yeah, the pride, what do they say? The pride comes before the fall. And so quite often pride will keep us from looking at the truth because we just don't want to see it. Especially like I've done a lot of these readings now over the last 6 months. I've dedicated my time to my channel. I've had time for the first time because it's a lot of work to get a channel going on YouTube. You have to put the time in, and I've been really enjoying it a lot. But this is saying the energy is talking about if having that, like wanting to have something like everything that you wanted in your life, and that all or nothing. It's kind of like if you go to someone's home and you go there a few times and you think, whoa, this person's immaculate, and they could go into, like, their home could be an Instagram and they could just take pictures at any time, every time I come here. And then you come that one time and it's just like a bomb hit it. And you realize, oh, they don't always keep it this clean. It was, so it's that all or nothing energy. So it's okay to be in between sometimes. And so the karmic space of abuse of power is like, if you're a really loving person like this, that's very powerful. And if you had a partner that was really enjoying that, it might have gone to their head a little bit, thinking that, oh, they're all that. Maybe you were, when someone is giving you unconditional love, a lot of people have never experienced that. It's very, very powerful. So when they experience it, it can go to their head. And more than one, I guess. So the energy here is WRECK, reckless abandon. So this is talking about when the reality check comes, it's talking about the moon represents hidden illusions, secrets coming out. And so maybe, that's kind of an energy that happens. But it's also talking about use your intuition and combine that with your logic. And, it allows your creativity to come out. And freedom is actually discipline of your mind. So you should be really proud of yourself for being able to, get into this position, because you're destined to have like some really good energy coming in here for you, and having this ultimate fulfillment that you really want because you've done the work. So I do hope you've enjoyed this reading. I have. This is really the random shift readings. I never know what I'm going to get. All three that I did today are like really have been really beautiful readings. I'm glad. I feel we could all use a little bit of that energy right now. Give it a like and comment if you've enjoyed it. It does help my channel. And also consider subscribing. I would be honored if you did so. I'll be back with some more random reads for you soon. Bye for now.